Hi, everybody. Today we need to go over some MLA stuff. Now this is going to be a pause and do video, meaning that you're going to watch some of what I'm doing, and then I'm going to ask you to pause the video and do it yourself on your own document. Let's go ahead and get started. So, first thing, please pause this video and open up a blank Google Doc. All right, now that you're back, I want you to go first over to File, and the thing that we need to check, first and foremost, is that our margins are correct. So MLA has 1-inch margins on the side. That should be the default, but on the off chance it isn't, we want to make sure that we have our paper formatted correctly. So we'll go down to Page Setup, and we're going to just check over here on the right-hand side. Are all the margins 1? If so, you don't have to do anything other than hit OK. But if for some reason your margins are a different size, then now would be the time to go and change those. So go ahead and pause this video again if you need to, and go and change those margins. All right. So now we're back on our main page. Now, when I'm formatting for MLA, I like to start at the top of the page and move to the bottom. One important part of MLA is always having your last name and the page number in the upper right-hand corner of your paper. And getting to that is really easy. Pro tip, don't write your whole paper, then go back and add it in manually, because if something happens with the formatting of your paper, then your last name and page number are going to get moved around all over the place. Instead, you want to go up to Insert, you want to go to Page Numbers, and this first box, this very first box on the left upper corner, click on that, and you're going to see a page number appear. Now, what's cool about this is as you type your paper and go on to the next page, it will automatically put the page number in the corner. We're not done yet, though. We need to put our cursor right over here and then type our last names. And probably you don't want to accidentally capitalize the second letter of your last name. And remember to put a space. Perfect. We're almost done. The last thing we have to do is highlight all of this. I like to use double and triple clicks when I'm highlighting things. You can, of course, also just go like this. And what you need to do is you need to change this to size 12 font and Times New Roman. That is the MLA format standard. So size 12 Times New Roman. And now you're done with your header. At this point, pause the video again, go and complete the steps I just completed, and when you're done, come back. Okay, so you're back. You have got your header taken care of. Now we need to do the information that goes at the top of your first page only. So your cursor should automatically be set over here on the left-hand side, all the way at your margin, and that's exactly what we want. I'm going to let you know now that you should go ahead and change the font size and type again to Times New Roman, size 12. That way, from here on out, you just don't have to worry about it. So after you've done that, there's 4 components that we need at the very top left. We need our name, and just for clarification, I'm going to put Ziggity Zach. And that's because the next line is your teacher's name. So from there, we're going to put Mr. Knowlton, because that's me. After that, we need the class that you're in. So I'm happy if you just put English class. If you want to be more specific and say which English class you're in, that's fine. You can put the period number, although it's not necessary. English is perfectly fine with me. And finally, you need to put the date. Now, here's the thing with the date. 1, it's going to be organized a little bit differently than what you're used to seeing. And 2, usually the date that is on the paper is the last day that you made any changes to the document. I like to put the due date as the last day, I like to put the due date as the date on the paper, because generally the due date is the last day that I make changes to a document. So the due date for this is January 20th. So the way that we'd write that actually for MLA formatting style is 20 January, all spelled out, don't just stop at Jan, and then we'd put the year, but there's no comma. Normally we would write January 20, comma, 2021, but for MLA formatting we don't. It is 20 January 2021. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have you pause the video again and get those 4 lines down on your paper. All right, so you've taken care of your last name and page number. You've taken care of that first page header. There's only a couple things left to do. First, at this point, I would highlight everything, and if you have put your cursor any lower than this header, highlight all of it, and we need to get our paper into double space mode. So the easiest way to do that on Google Docs is to head right here to this symbol. It says line spacing when you hover over it, but it's got the up and down arrow with the 3 lines next to it. Click on that and go down to double. Bam. MLA formatting has double spacing throughout. So now we're good there. Go ahead and add a line down, and then go up to these center alignment lines and click those. We have to put a title for MLA formatting, and just to be clear, your title is not a different font, it's not a different size, it doesn't need to be bolded. All it needs to be is centered, because after you're done with your title, you'll drop down and move the cursor back over to the left to begin typing. It's really tempting to make the font size of your title like size a billion, but MLA formatting doesn't include that. And in fact, the whole paper just looks cleaner and nicer when it's not that way. Well, we haven't written our essays yet, so we may not have the perfect title. And there's nothing more boring than a title of Essay 1. So we're not going to do that. But what you should do is you should put something there to remind yourself that you need to add a title later. So I will add a title here is going to be my title for now. After I'm done with the paper and I know what different examples I've used, then I can pick a title that actually fits what I wrote. From there, click enter again and left align, and now you're ready to begin your essay. We're not going to be beginning the essay today, but this is the point where we can pick up on. So go ahead and for the last time, pause this video, get this stuff done, and then come right back. Congratulations. If you've completed all those steps, you have officially started your paper. I know there's not really any writing on it yet, but you've officially started your essay, and it is formatted the way that it needs to be formatted, so you don't even have to think about that anymore. You just have to begin typing next week in class. Awesome. Let's go ahead and enjoy our weekend. Thank you.